What if I told you the land down under quietly outshines America in ways most people never expect? From how they work, to how they rest, even down to the tiny details in their bathrooms. Australia has built a lifestyle that makes Americans raise an eyebrow and ask, wait, they do it better? By the end of this video, you'll see why so many travelers leave Australia questioning the way the US does things. But more importantly, you might start wondering how much better your own life could be if America borrowed a few of these ideas. And if you're watching from outside the US, hit the like button and comment where you're tuning in from. I want to see how far this conversation travels. Let's get straight into it. Number 1. Work-life balance and time off. In America, the grind is glorified. Long hours are worn like a badge of honor, and vacation days often sit unused because people feel guilty for taking them. But in Australia, that mindset doesn't exist. By law, the standard full-time work week is capped at 38 hours, and employers must give workers 4 full weeks of annual leave, not as a perk, not as a benefit, but as a guaranteed right. Some jobs even add extra time off if you work in tough industries like construction or remote areas. The difference: Australians don't have to wait until retirement to live. Weekends are sacred, long holidays are expected, and when the workday ends, life actually begins. Now here's the kicker. Studies show that despite working fewer hours, Australians are often more productive per hour than their American counterparts. They've mastered the art of doing more with less. Quick question for you. If you were given 4 weeks of vacation every year, where's the first place you'd go? Drop your dream destination in the comments. I'll be reading through them. But the story doesn't stop with time off, because there's another system where Australia takes a bold lead, and this one changes lives. Number 2. Healthcare and longevity. In the US, healthcare is complicated, expensive, and often tied to your job. Lose your job, lose your coverage. Go to the hospital without insurance, and you're staring down bills that can wreck your finances for years. Australia flipped the script with Medicare, a universal system that ensures citizens and permanent residents have access to doctors, hospitals, and essential treatments at little to no cost. Yes, you might wait a bit longer for non-emergency procedures, but the idea of not seeking help because you can't afford it? That fear doesn't exist, and the results speak for themselves. Australians live longer, on average 4 to 5 years longer than Americans. That's not luck. That's the ripple effect of preventive care, easier access, and less financial stress when illness hits. So next time someone calls universal health care impossible in the US, remember, Australia's been doing it for decades, and thriving. But wait, healthcare is just one piece of the puzzle, because the way Australians design their cities also plays a huge role in quality of life. Number 3. Livability and public services. If you've ever visited Melbourne, Sydney, or Perth, you probably noticed something instantly. These cities feel livable. They're consistently ranked among the world's most livable cities. Why? Because public transport actually works. Green spaces are everywhere. Streets are walkable, communities feel safe, and basic services don't feel like an afterthought. They feel like priorities. It's not perfect. Housing prices are rising in many cities. But when global rankings consistently put Australian cities above US cities, the message is clear. They've cracked the code on making urban life comfortable. And it's not just about infrastructure. It's about the values that shape how cities function, which brings us to something very clever and very Australian. Number 4. Sustainability in everyday life. Step into a typical Australian bathroom and you'll see something America almost never adopted: the dual flush toilet. One button for liquid waste, another for solid. Simple, effective, saves millions of gallons of water every year. Water conservation is ingrained in the culture. From drought-proof gardening to rainwater tanks, Australians are taught from a young age that water is precious. In contrast, America, with its endless sprinklers and sprawling lawns, still treats water like it's unlimited. But sustainability in Australia doesn't feel like a political debate. It's just part of daily life. It's normal. And if you think that's impressive, wait until you see how the environment shapes lifestyle in ways Americans can only dream of. Number 5. Nature and wildlife. Imagine finishing work, driving 20 minutes, and ending up at a pristine beach, or hiking through trails where kangaroos casually hop by, or snorkeling in the world's largest coral reef system. This is normal in Australia. Nature isn't a vacation, it's part of everyday life. With 500+ national parks and some of the most unique wildlife on the planet, the outdoors isn't just a backdrop, it's the heartbeat of the culture. Americans brag about having Yellowstone in the Grand Canyon. Fair enough. But in Australia, adventure begins in your backyard. Question for you. Would you rather spend a day at an Australian beach or exploring America's mountains? Drop beach or mountains in the comments. I want to see which wins. But beyond the landscapes, Australia's real secret weapon is its culture, the way communities connect in quirky, unforgettable ways. Number 6. Culture and community. Only in Australia can you find a roadside big banana, a giant koala, or a massive prawn statue in the middle of nowhere. These oversized landmarks might seem silly, but they create a sense of humor and community pride you don't find everywhere. Then there's the humble sausage sizzle. Picture this. You walk up to a hardware store, and outside, volunteers are grilling sausages on bread with onions and sauce. It's cheap, it's simple, and the proceeds usually go to charity. It's not fancy, but it's community in its purest form. It's this down-to-earth spirit that makes Australian culture feel welcoming, even for outsiders. While America is often celebrated for ambition, Australia is celebrated for connection. And that sense of support goes even further, because in Australia, people aren't left to figure out life's toughest challenges alone. Number 7. Social safety nets. Here's something many Americans don't know. Australia has a system called superannuation. It's a mandatory retirement savings plan where employers put money aside for you, so when you stop working, you're not left scrambling. Add to that government pensions, unemployment benefits, and structured welfare systems, and you have a safety net that catches people when life goes sideways. Compare that to the US, where retirement savings are optional, Social Security faces constant threats, and many live paycheck to paycheck. The difference is staggering. But don't mistake Australians for being lazy. This support system doesn't remove ambition. It simply ensures that when you fall, you're not falling forever. And this support gives Australians the confidence to take bold steps globally, because they know home is secure. Number 8. Global presence and pride. Despite having a smaller population than California, Australia punches above its weight. It's a top destination for international students. Over 700,000 study there each year. Its cultural exports, from music and film to sports, carry surprising global influence. And then there's the swimming rivalry with the US. Every Olympics, Australians line up against American athletes with a mix of respect and fierce determination. The pool becomes a stage where national pride is on full display. What makes it interesting is that Australia doesn't need to dominate every category. Instead, it focuses on excellence where it matters: education, sports, sustainability, and culture. And that quiet confidence might be their biggest strength of all. Number 9. Education and global soft power. Here's something surprising. Australia is a global education hub. Over 700,000 international students study there each year. That's huge for a country of just 26 million people. Why? Because Australian universities are respected, affordable compared to US schools, and based in cities ranked among the most livable in the world. This diversity builds multicultural influence. Walk through Melbourne, and you'll hear languages from every corner of the globe. It's a cultural richness America often struggles to maintain and balance. And while the US exports movies and tech, Australia exports education, music, and cultural soft power. But if there's one arena where Australia absolutely loves to prove itself against America, it's sports. Number 10. Sports rivalry and national pride. Every 4 years, the Olympics spotlight a rivalry that gets Australians fired up: swimming. In the pool, Australia often goes toe-to-toe with America, sometimes even outshining them despite having a fraction of the population. That fierce competition fuels national pride, and it's not just about medals, it's about punching above their weight on the global stage. Beyond swimming, sports like rugby, cricket, and Aussie rules football build a sense of national unity that rivals America's love of football. It's proof that for Australians, national pride isn't just about politics or power. It's about showing the world they can stand tall, no matter the odds. So what does Australia do better than America? It works less but lives more. It heals its people without bankrupting them. It designs cities for comfort, saves water without fuss, embraces nature daily, builds quirky traditions, supports citizens through safety nets, and still manages to stand tall on the world stage. And the real question is, if Australia can build systems that put quality of life first, why can't America? Before you go, let me know in the comments. Which of these Australian advantages impressed you the most? Was it the healthcare, the lifestyle, or maybe the quirky sausage sizzle? And if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit subscribe, because we're just getting started uncovering the hidden ways different countries outshine each other. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.